It's always good to remember that there are still people in this world who live by an old way of thinking. They live by the code of silence, honor killings, blood feuds, and revenge. The kind of things that we all learned about in school and thought were part of history. Trust me when I say these things are alive and well and happening today. Some of the most terrifying people in this world are the ones who seem normal on the outside but are incredibly dangerous on the inside. That is why today's video is called Inside the Rise and Fall of the American Mafia. At No. 6, we have the boss of bosses, Vito Genovese. Many consider him one of the greatest gangsters of all time. He was the boss of bosses during his time, the head of the Genovese crime family. He ruled over New York with an iron fist and was responsible for some of the most heinous crimes ever committed in America. His criminal empire was built on extortion, gambling, and narcotics trafficking. He had a reputation for being ruthless and violent, willing to do whatever it took to protect his power and wealth. However, he was also a shrewd businessman who knew how to operate in the shadows, evading law enforcement for most of his life, despite his best efforts. He was eventually caught and sentenced to 15 years in prison, where he died of a heart attack at the age of 69. No. 5 leads us to the cold-blooded killer himself, Michael Franzese. This man was known for being one of the most ruthless hitmen in the mafia. During his career, he is said to have ordered over 100 murders, often carrying them out himself without hesitation or remorse. His methods were brutal and efficient, leaving no loose ends. Despite his violent nature, Franzese was also charismatic and intelligent. He was able to move around the country undetected for years, even as police closed in on him. Eventually, he was arrested and served 5 years in prison before being released. Upon his release, he became an FBI informant and testified against his former associates, helping to take down the mafia from the inside. At No. 4, we have the man who brought us The Godfather, Mario Puzo. This author was the mastermind behind one of the most iconic crime sagas of all time. His books brought the inner workings of the mafia to life and introduced the world to unforgettable characters like Don Vito Corleone and Michael Corleone. Through his writing, Puzo was able to capture the essence of mafia culture, including its traditions, values, and criminal activities. However, despite the success of his books, Puzo was not without controversy. Some people felt that he was glorifying the mafia lifestyle and giving it a level of legitimacy that it did not deserve. But regardless of the criticism, Puzo's work remains a classic example of mafia literature and has had a lasting impact on popular culture. Coming back to reality now, at No. 3, we have the real-life hitman, Nathan Sparrow. This guy was known for being one of the most prolific hitmen in the mafia. He was responsible for over 50 murders during his career. Working for both the Gambino and Lucchese crime families, Sparrow was a cold-blooded killer who showed no mercy to his victims. He was also highly skilled and efficient in his work, often using weapons like silencers and plastic explosives to get the job done quickly and quietly. Despite his success as a hitman, Sparrow was eventually caught and sentenced to 25 years in prison. In prison, he became an informant and helped the FBI to take down several mafia families. After serving his time, he was released and now lives under witness protection. No. 2 takes us to the mysterious world of Sammy Gravano, aka the Bull. This mobster was a high-ranking member of the Gambino crime family and was known for his volatile temper and tendency to wear expensive jewelry like gold chains and Rolex watches. He worked his way up through the ranks of the mafia, eventually becoming the underboss of the Gambino family. However, his criminal career came to an end when he was arrested on racketeering charges in 1980. Despite facing serious prison time, Gravano made a deal with the prosecutors and became an informant, testifying against his former associates. This betrayal caused a rift in the mafia world, and many hit lists were made. But despite the danger, Gravano continued to cooperate with the government, helping to bring down several mafia families. After serving his time, he was released and now lives in a secret location under witness protection. Finally, at No. 1, we have the infamous Lucky Luciano. Many consider him the most influential mafia boss of all time. He was the boss of the Luciano crime family and was responsible for some of the most notorious crimes in America. During his career, Luciano was involved in a wide range of illegal activities, including gambling, narcotics, trafficking, and labor racketeering. He was also a brilliant strategist and was able to amass a criminal fortune that spanned across multiple continents. However, Luciano's reign of terror came to an end when he was arrested on charges of promoting prostitution and was sentenced to 50 to 100 years in prison. Despite his best efforts to avoid prison, Luciano was transferred to the infamous Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary. But after serving only 7 years of his sentence, he was released due to good behavior. After his release, Luciano spent the remainder of his life in exile in Italy, where he continued to run his criminal empire from afar. So there you have it, a glimpse into the dangerous world of the Mafia. These men may be ruthless and violent, but they are also cunning and intelligent. They operate in the shadows, pulling the strings from behind the scenes. Even though law enforcement has made significant progress in taking down the Mafia, these organizations are still around today. Remember the names in this video, because if you ever find yourself in a situation where you need to call in a favor, you know who to call. But in all seriousness, don't go around making enemies and owing people favors. It could cost you your life. In recent years, the Mafia has become more sophisticated than ever before. They have embraced new technologies and adapted to the changing times, while still holding on to their traditional values and code of conduct. This has allowed them to thrive in a world where law enforcement and intelligence agencies are constantly on their trail. If you think the Mafia is just a thing of the past, think again. They are more relevant than ever before. The Mafia has been romanticized in movies and TV shows, but the reality is far from glamorous. Being a member of the Mafia is a dangerous and risky way of life. The constant threat of violence, the risk of betrayal, and the ever-present danger of law enforcement make it a life not worth living. However, some people are drawn to the perceived power and prestige of the Mafia lifestyle. They are willing to risk it all to live a life of crime. There is no easy answer when it comes to fighting the Mafia. Law enforcement and intelligence agencies have made significant progress in recent years. But the Mafia is a resilient organization that has adapted to the changing times. It will take a continued effort from all sides to bring an end to the Mafia as we know it. If you want to learn more about the Mafia, there are plenty of resources available. Books, documentaries, and articles can provide you with a deeper understanding of this complex and fascinating world. Just be careful who you talk to, because you never know who might be listening. So what do you think? Are you fascinated by the Mafia, or do you think they are nothing but dangerous criminals? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. I have lots more videos coming up, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching.